Hey friends, how are you today? I hope that you're doing well. It's Monday. I'm happy because I just sent my daughter off to school. This is her first day of public school, like this whole school year, and she's so excited. She literally just waved at me. And I was like, "Can I have a hug?" And she gave me a hug. But she was so excited to get back into school. Last year, she was only there from August until March, whenever the pandemic happened, and that's the only public school she's ever been to her whole life. So whenever she got to go back today, she was so excited. We missed last week because I had COVID, and they were quarantining from me. So anyways, long story short, I'm happy. I hope you guys are doing good today. Our practice today is going to be about peace. Because I feel like we really need that in this time period of our lives, and especially with how crazy everything is in the world right now with the pandemic, with the crazy stuff, all the things. I don't even have to mention them here. Everything has been crazy, and we need to find out and figure out how to have peace through the chaos. And I think that is so important. I did a meditation today that was all about calm and peace and just this. And so I decided to just carry on with it and make a video for you guys for a yin practice centered around peace. So if you guys will come to a seated position, you probably already are there, but if not, get there. If it is uncomfortable for you to sit on the ground, you can put a pillow underneath your sit bones, and just no shame. Just get comfortable, and we're going to work on some breathing stuff first. So I want you to, we're going to work on the alternate nostril breathing. And if you've never done this before, I'm going to run you through it first, show you, and then we'll do it together. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, hold at the top, cover the other nostril, and breathe out. Deep breath in through that side, hold at the top, switch nostrils, and breathe out. Okay, and that's one cycle, and we'll be repeating it. We're just going to do 5 cycles today, and then we'll get started on our practice. So take a deep breath in first, just a normal deep breath in, and exhale. All right, so get your thumb and your pinky ready. Everything else is down. You could also use your first finger, these two, like a rock and roll sign. You could also use these if you wanted to, but I prefer to use my thumb and pinky, like a hang loose sign. So we're going to take a deep breath in through the left. Hold at the top. Switch. Deep breath out. Breathe in peace. Hold at the top, breathe out. That was 1. Let's go for number 2. Ready? Breathe in peace. Exhale, release your body, relax everything. Breathe in peace. Going to be number 4. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. Take a deep breath in, peace. Hold it. Release and relax your body. Last one all together. Ready? Deep breath in. Hold at the top. Switch. Exhale. Hold at the top and exhale. Now I want you to slowly make your way down to your back, and we're just gonna lay down for a minute. just take your knees in and hug them into your chest. We're going to do a couple rock back and forths. Nice massage on that back. Now we're just going to hold this. You can bring the knees wide, toes together, as if we're in a child's pose. This is called a reverse child's pose. And we're just going to hold. Try to relax and remember our breath this morning. Remember, when the world is at a chaotic state, we can still be in peace. You can feel free to close your eyes. You can keep them open. Just try your best not to fidget a lot or rock side to side, because we're wanting to get deep into the fascia, which is some deep tissue. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Deep breath in. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And exhale. Now we are going to take the hips. We're going to lift them and shift them to the left. Then take your feet and put them to the opposite corner of the mat. We're going to put our hands overhead. If this is too big of a stretch for you, you can keep your hands here. Otherwise, keep your hands over your head, and we're going to form our body into a C shape, bringing the feet over. You do not have to cross the ankles if that's too much. Otherwise, you can cross them. You should feel a really nice stretch all the way up through the side body. We're going to take some breaths here, and we're just going to rest. This is called the banana pose. You can see why. We look kind of like bananas. I know on a personal level that whenever things get stressful, I tend to hold all of the tension in my shoulders and in my neck. By the end of the day, I feel like my shoulders are in my ears. So, coming to the mat and learning to breathe and to relax your body is so very important for all of us, to release that tension and that stress. I love the statement that if you are anxious, you're living in the future. If we are depressed, we're living in the past. And if we're at peace, then we're living in the present. And I don't know about you, but peace is a much better place to be than having anxiety and depression. One thing about yin that is different than a lot of other practices is the fact that we have a lot of trapped emotions in our body. And a lot of times whenever we do yin, those emotions can arise and surface. And my prayer for you is that when these emotions and these feelings surface, that you let them. without passing judgment on yourself. Just come back to your breath. Breathe in 1. Exhale 2. Breathe in 3. Breathe out 4. Breathe in 5. Breathe out 6. Breathe in 7. And exhale 8. Breathe in 9. And exhale 10. Okay. We're going to unwind those arms, unwind the legs, and shift our hips back to center. We're going to do one little break here in between. We're going to hug the knees into the chest and do a slow rock back and forth. Just massaging that back on the ground. And when you are ready, we are going to shift those hips to the right or to the opposite of whichever side that you decided to start on. We're going to shift those hips to the right. And then we're going to bring, I'm kind of smashing it, guys. I'm so tall. Shift those hips to the right and bring our feet to the left lower corner of our mat. Bring those arms overhead and shift that body into a C. Now this is my tight side. I'm stretching out my right side right now, and this is my tight side. One side of your body is going to be tighter than the other, and that's absolutely okay. You don't have to stretch as far if you can't, and don't judge yourself for that. That's not why we're here. We come to the mat for peace. It's a judgment-free zone, okay? Just lay here and relax. Take some breaths. If at any time you feel shaky in the pose or you feel pain, you need to come out of the pose. Or at least stretch, come back a little so that you're not stretched so far. I hope that makes sense. Inhale, peace. Exhale, stress. Let it go. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, inhale 5, exhale 6, inhale 7, and exhale 8, inhale 9, and exhale 10. Okay, unwind those arms, unwind those legs, slowly bring those hips back to center, and we are going to come up into a tabletop. However you can get there, it doesn't have to be pretty. We are going to come into tabletop, so we're going to flip over and make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders and that your legs are about hip width apart. We're just going to do a couple of cat-cows here. So as you take a deep breath in, we're going to round the back. And exhale, we're going to bend the back and look forward. Inhale, round the back. Exhale, lower the back and put your gaze forward. Okay, I want you to slowly lower onto your stomach. Now we're going to place the hands directly, the arms directly underneath from shoulder to elbow. The thing is to be stacked, right? And instead of letting your shoulders come up where your body comes down, we need to keep those shoulders up and down, okay? This is called a Sphinx pose. In traditional Yang yoga types, a lot of times they refer to this position as, it's kind of like almost like an up dog, but we are doing Sphinx. This is called Sphinx in Yin. So what I want you to focus on while we are in this position is relaxing your buttocks. We need to relax them and relax your legs. That way your whole lower body is loose and relaxed. That is hard. We tend to want to tighten whenever we're in this position. Now you can take a pillow or a yoga block, stay in that position, and I'm going to show you. Or if you do not have a pillow or a yoga block, if you have a blanket or anything like that nearby while you're in the living room, because I don't have my blocks, doing good. So we can put the block right up underneath your chest to kind of hold that position and remind you to keep your chest up. We're not completely relaxing down on it now, okay? We're up and we're just kind of using that for our support. So we're just going to take some breaths here. This pose can get kind of difficult in your shoulders. And if that is the case, I encourage you to take a break. Relax down, lay down all the way and relax if you need to. Do not ever push yourself to the point of extreme pain. You should feel a nice stretch and a little strengthening going on here, but not pain. Block or your pillow, blanket, whatever you chose to use. And we're going to meet down in a down dog. You're going to walk out the back of those legs a little bit, stretching the calf muscles. swan. So whichever way, it's the same type of pose. Now, I want you to focus on the hip that with the leg back. It is my right side. I want you to focus on that hip wrapping in, because we can tend to let it come up and out. We don't want that. We want it to come down towards the ground. Your hip bones should be pointing to the ground. Okay, if this is difficult, because this is a pretty intense pose, you can take a yoga block or a pillow, whatever you have on hand, and you can place it under the leg that is bent. You can place it under the sit bone on that side, underneath your hip, and that will help. You can also, if this is too difficult, you can also come to a seated position, and you can bring that leg here, and this is called a seated swan. So if the other one is too difficult, and it's okay. It doesn't, if these poses are too difficult for you, it doesn't mean that you're not strong or that you are out of shape. It just simply means that your body is tighter, and that's okay. That's why we do this. So take a few more breaths here, and then we're going to come down into what is called a sleeping swan. Let's take a couple more breaths. Now when we come down to a sleeping swan, you're going to take your hands and you're going to either cross them over this way and relax your head down. You can bring your arms this position into praying hands and relax here. Whatever is more comfortable for you. And if this is too hard, then stay seated, sitting up, or in that seated swan that I showed you. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, inhale 5, and exhale 6, inhale 7, exhale 8, inhale 9, and exhale 10. We're going to come back into a down dog and walk out those legs. We're going to lift the opposite leg, and pull it through. This side, for me, is tighter, so I'm going to take a blanket and I'm going to place it under that hip. Remember, we are up first. Taking a few deep breaths here. If you have yoga blocks and it's hard for you and your hands do not reach the ground here, you can put a yoga block under each of your hands. I have really long arms, so. And remember, wrapping that hip back towards the ground and not allowing it to come up. Hip bones are pointed down. You're holding yourself up with your arms. just relaxing here for a couple more breaths, and then we're going to go down into that sleeping swan again. One more breath here. And on the exhale, we're going to take it down to the sleeping swan. Remember, your hands can be in prayer or crossed over, or your elbows can be on blocks, or you can take a block and rest your head on it. Either way. Whatever is more comfortable for you. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, and exhale 4, inhale 5, exhale 6, inhale 7, exhale 8, inhale 9, and exhale 10. We're going to remove blocks. We're going to push back into a down dog and walk it out one more time. Now we're going to drop to those knees. Take the knees wide, placing the big toes together. We're going to lean back and sit back on the heels and this sink down into your child's pose. Now in a child's pose, we can be here. We can place a block or pillow underneath the forehead if you can't get down that low. My husband, the other day when I was working with him, we had 2 blocks up and he relaxed his head down like that, and that's as far as he could go. And that is totally fine. Totally 100% fine. Whatever is more comfortable for you. If you do not have blocks, you can stay here. If you're already feeling a nice stretch here and along the back, you don't have to relax your head down on anything. Just make it work for you. Peace. And exhale. to sink farther into the pose. Or maybe you aren't able to. That's okay. You will be able to. Over time, your body will loosen. Inhale 1, and exhale 2. Inhale 3, and exhale 4. Inhale 5, exhale 6. Inhale 7, exhale 8. Inhale 9, and exhale 10. Making our way up, we are going to come onto the back for one last time. Now this time, whenever you come back, we are going to cross one leg over the other. So we're going to lay back. And I'm going to start with the left. I'm going to cross my left leg over the right. Bring it into the chest. And then we're going to fall to the side. Taking the arms into cactus or taking them out long where they're on the ground like this. I'm going to take mine into cactus because my space allows. If this is too intense, you can unwrap the legs and just lower both knees to the side. Whatever you would like to do. Now our focus is trying to keep those shoulders to stay on the ground. If you need to take, again, if you need to take a yoga block or a pillow or stack up a blanket and set it underneath that knee that's dropping, you can do so. It might make it easier. Take a deep breath in. Just try to relax into the pose. If this is not challenging for you, the next level, you can take that foot and wrap it around the back side of the leg. And that's an even deeper stretch. I am not there today. We can take the gaze over to the opposite direction of the knees if you want a little bit more of a stretch. You can stay in a neutral position, or if it's too much, you can look towards your knees, and that will help to relax that spine a little bit. It won't be so twisted. Just do what is comfortable for you. Inhale 1. Exhale 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 4. Inhale 5. Exhale 6. Inhale 7. Exhale 8. Inhale 9. Exhale 10. Now we're going to slowly unwrap those legs. And we're just going to pull them into the chest. Take a couple of rocks back and forth just to kind of stretch out that pose a little bit. That's an intense pose. Okay. Drop the feet. We're going to take the right leg, cross it over. And take those arms into cactus or take them out wide, and we are just going to relax the opposite way. Now again, you can take your head in the opposite direction like this. You can keep it in a neutral position or look towards the knees. Whatever is more comfortable for you. Just breathe in peace and breathe out stress and anxiety in the body. Keeping those shoulders planted. If they start to raise up, just bring your feet up. Just bring your knees up a little bit. Come out of that pose a little ways. This is my tighter side. So I could feel my shoulder coming up, so I adjusted. Just put my foot on the ground and kind of come out of the pose a little bit. Inhale peace. Exhale stress. I am so proud of you for coming to the mat today and doing this practice with me. I hope you leave here a little bit freer and with a little bit more peace and with a little bit more of an understanding of how you can come to have peace amongst the chaos in our world right now. You always have your breath, and you can always come back to it. I hope that whether you are doing this practice in the morning, in the afternoon, or before bed so that you can get some restful sleep, I hope that the rest of your day or night is filled with peace and joy and just that deep understanding that no matter what happens in the world, that we need to live in the present, that we can't control the past, we can't control the future. All we can do is live in the present and in the now. Making little choices every moment, each step of the way, that lead up to big results and big choices and big things in the future. All it takes is one step at a time. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, inhale 5, and exhale 6, inhale 7, exhale 8, inhale 9, exhale 10. Slowly unwrap those legs, hug them back in one more time, super, super tight. Rock back and forth, and then we are going to just come into our Savasana, which is the end of our practice. Relax those feet out to the side, roll the legs back and forth until they feel nice and relaxed. Shift the shoulder blades underneath the body, lift the chest, and open the hands. And just completely melt into your mat. Take a few normal breaths here, just noticing the rhythm of your own breath. Maybe feeling your heart beating against your mat or against your chest. I want you to start at the face and relax the forehead, relax the eyebrows, unclench your jaw, release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your shoulders down. Relax your arms and your hands and your chest. Relax your hips. Feel them relaxing more into the mat. Relax your thighs and your knees and your calves. All the way down through your toes. Just feel everything relaxing and melting into the ground. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and inhale peace. Exhale stress. Inhale peace. Exhale stress. Now you can repeat this in your mind if you like for the next few inhales and exhales. When you're ready, I want you to slowly start wiggling those fingers. Bring some life back into your fingers and your toes. Start coming back to some deep breaths. You can open your eyes or keep them closed, either way. And we're going to roll over to our left side. In Yang, we end on the right. In Yin, we end on the left. So we're going to roll to the left side and cradle your head. And when you are ready, we are going to come back up to a seated position. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you leave here feeling more at peace and more calm and more like you can take on the world. And remember that you can always come back to your breath. Nobody can take that from you, and nobody can take the inner peace from you. That is yours, and I want you to hold it dear and take it with you throughout the day today or throughout the week if this is the only time you're able to come to the mat. So thank you so much. Namaste.